SPERNAL has been chosen as our model site for innovation purposes because it gives us lots of opportunity to work with different processes that are available on site. So it's got a history of being at the cutting edge of wastewater treatment. It's also a very interesting catchment and a useful works in terms of the number and the range of different processes that we have here. So it's a great place to start in terms of looking at what we currently do and where we need to be.
Our Resource Recovery and Innovation Centre at Redditch is a dedicated facility. It's the infrastructure for testing pilot scale technologies. There are 16 dedicated plug and play facilities to allow the trialling of any sort of technologies. We have the ability to use a crude sewage or settled sewage feed or import anything. So we centrate sludge, final effluent, and we can trial a number of processes in different flow sheets. We can have a primary treatment of one into a secondary treatment of another, and so and so. A unique point for this is all the discharge goes direct back into main site inlets. There's no discharge to the environment, so it's very, very safe. It's very flexible. We've got a dedicated biogas handling facility, chemical dosing, on-site lab, and dedicated innovation staff as well. So we work with the supply chain partners, universities, independent companies, trialling all sorts of technologies and all sorts of configurations in a safe environment.
So this trial is our anaerobic membrane bioreactor trial, where we're taking pilot scale work that we've been doing with Cranfield University over the last 10 years and supersizing it to Europe's first full-scale demonstrator of the technology. Treating wastewater is very energy intensive, and that's because we use air primarily to treat the organic pollutants within the wastewater. What this technology does is remove the need for treating air by using a different set of microorganisms that don't need that air to treat the wastewater. So in practical terms, about 60% of our energy usage in wastewater treatment is associated with that secondary treatment process. So if we can remove that need altogether by getting this technology right, we'll have a significant saving in our energy bills, but also reducing the amount of greenhouse gas emissions associated with treating wastewater. So as part of its planning for the last two asset management planning period, Severn Trent's been thinking about what wastewater treatment of the future looks like, and so we have our urban and our rural wastewater treatment strategy. So in our larger wastewater treatment plants, what we're looking to do is create resource recovery centres. So we see wastewater as a valuable set of resources rather than a waste that needs to be treated. What this is a key building block for that ambition. If you can treat the carbon and the solids without using any energy, it leaves you with a really clean stream of highly treated effluent that contains lots of nutrients, and that allows us to use different technologies then to capture that nitrogen and phosphorus in a form that's probably useful to other industries, so either the fertiliser industry or the farming industry or the chemical commodities industry. So the anaerobic MBR trial that we're running has been recognised in Europe as a kind of a leading edge building block for that kind of wastewater treatment plant of the future. So we believe that this Resource and Innovation Centre is absolutely the biggest and the best facility of its kind in the UK. There's nowhere else like it. There's nowhere else that allows you to couple up different treatment processes and look at the process train, so primary and secondary connected together, secondary and tertiary treatment technologies, and see how those things interact. Historically, when we've trialled technologies, we've just looked at the technology individually and not how it fits into a process flow sheet. This facility allows us to do that at scale as well. So each of the individual streams that we run here are up to 2,000 population equivalent. And that's great for operations to be able to come and see those technologies under trial, because they're at a scale that they will see out on site, but also because we're at a works that has 100,000 population equivalent of wastewater coming in, recycling whatever we treat or whatever we make a mess of back to the head of the works has no material impact on the performance of the works.
I think the R2IC has been a brilliant piece of investment, and it's really helping us now to trial and test some of those technologies that we're identifying. I couldn't be more excited about seeing new things appearing on the pad that we're actually testing and trialling so that we can really work out how they will deliver value to our business.